Just a week after Hungary, the fifth round of the EnduroGP World Championship returns to Ravenna in Greece. This place is now a well-known round of the EnduroGP, having held one last year. Ravenna exists within the Pindus National Park in northern Greece, meaning lush mountains and rich forests. The city has 13,000 people and lies 400 kilometres from Athens. This marks the halfway point in the season, and for most, coming directly from Hungary means little or less preparation than normal. "65 kilometres is the challenge, repeated 3 times over the day, and they bear no relation to the tests from last year. The main issue though is the temperature. 40 degrees for most of the weekend, so with 6 or 7 hours excursion, fitness will be key. The Technomoose Extreme Test is perhaps the most spectacular in history. Set beside the river, the boulders provide the challenge. To find the best line and simply traverse is going to be incredibly tricky. The KTM Enduro Test is long at 7 kilometres, so it'll be hard to remember all the best lines. This is a true enduro with many different surfaces, including a technical section to finish the run. The Maxis Cross Test is most like a motocross track. Huge jumps, fast and flowing, dry and dusty. This will be a favourite for those from other, faster disciplines. How will the riders cope with the temperatures? Let's find out. Overnight in Greece, it became clearer why EnduroGP had been struggling this year. Intestine and blood pressure problems have stunted the Finn since Italy, and the heat of Ravenna wasn't helping either, so he missed out on the podium in both days. David Guarnieri was strong. 6 test wins over 2 days placed him in a healthy 3rd spot each time. But his time lost in the extreme test meant he would never really compete with the top 2. It is still a best ever weekend for the Italian on the Honda. Like in Hungary 1 week ago, roles were reversed on Saturday and Sunday. Garcia took an easy victory on Saturday, but mistakes appeared on Sunday in the 2nd Enduro and 3rd cross tests. He was the strongest in the extreme, so on Sunday he and rival McCanny went into the final test just 1 second apart. It really was anyone's. McCanny seemed to have more energy at the end of each day. His last Enduro test time was the fastest anyone had done all weekend, and he took victory. This backs up his victory 1 week ago and shows success and confidence brings more victories. Garcia has 5 wins from 10 Grand Prix, whilst it was the first podium for Guarnieri. Equal points for the top 2 means the gap doesn't change in the overall standings, but they stretch their advantage over EnduroGP. From hero to zero, Christophe Nambertin struggled in the second half of Saturday with dehydration and strength. He dropped from a podium to 5th, a full minute behind. On Sunday it got worse. More crashes and a huge loss of time meant only 10th spots. Matthew Phillips also looked messy, inconsistent and made huge mistakes. He was 7th on both days, and it's a long way from the reigning championship lead. He claimed the test didn't suit his Sherco, down on power, so hopefully we'll see a return to form. And it was the same 3 who took the podiums on both days. 2 third positions for Loic Lariot continues a string of podium results for the Frenchman. But his ambition now has changed and he wants to fight for the title. That will be tough. 45 seconds away on day 1, 30 on day 2. Nathan Watson was back to his best. He came into the weekend directly on full attack and did an awesome job. 5 test wins on the Saturday. He has some work to do on the extreme test, which ultimately lost him the win. Sunday he was better though, and he did claim his first victory of the year. Mr. Consistent Steve Holcomb banged in another 2 strong results. Day 2 he was definitely weaker than Watson and gave away the victory. But considering the beta rider has only missed the podium twice in 10 races, he is very happy with how his season is progressing. Surprisingly, it was only victory number 2 for Holcomb this season, and a 1-2 for the Brits all weekend. Nambo is under pressure in the general standings now from his teammate Watson, whilst Holcomb happily leads. Next up is Portugal, end of July. See you then.